Okay, this is it. This is it. Game 5's tonight, man. Listen, when I tell you I'm like a kid in a candy store, man, I can't wait. I cannot wait until 9 o'clock tonight when the Lakers and the Miami Heat are going to square off in Game 5. Listen, to me, I've already gone ahead and said it. The Lakers are winning the 2020 NBA Championship. I understand what Miami has over there. They got a legitimate coach, legitimate management. Jimmy Butler played out of his mind in Game 3. Got a hungry team. But they can't beat this LA Lakers team. Not 3 more times. That's just not going to happen. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even think they're going to win tonight. I think this series is over. And it's over tonight. Listen, they're wearing, the Lakers that is, they're wearing their Mamba mentality, Kobe Bryant, Black Mamba inspired jerseys tonight. It was scheduled for Game 7. They moved it up for Game 5. Listen, when they put them black boys on, them black jerseys are like when you dress up to go to a funeral. And they go to the Miami Heat funeral tonight. I just don't see the Miami Heat winning. I do not see the Miami Heat being able to win a game against the Lakers when they can smell blood. They can smell it. LeBron James and Anthony Davis can taste it. They're this close. The Lakers are this close to winning the 17th NBA championship, tying their rival Boston Celtics. LeBron James is this close to winning his 4th NBA championship and potentially his 4th Finals MVP. Now, I did a video recently where I was talking about who's going to win Finals MVP, and it was kind of going back and forth. I had it games 1 and 2. After that, I had Anthony Davis leading the MVP race. He was averaging, I think he had 32 in one game, 34 in another game. Like, he was just playing out of his mind. Games 3 and 4, however, LeBron James kind of flipped the switch, and now I've got LeBron James leading the MVP race. So Game 5 is not just a battle between Lakers and Miami Heat. Game 5 is also a battle of who's going to win Finals MVP. And right now, LeBron James has the lead for me. I think in order for Anthony Davis to win Finals MVP, this is what he's going to have to do, okay? He's going to have to lead the Lakers in scoring and rebounding. Because right now, LeBron's leading in scoring, rebound, assists. I mean, Anthony Davis, don't get it twisted. Davis is making a case for himself. He's leading the Lakers in field goal percentage, three-point percentage, free throw percentage, blocks. He's leading them in plus minus. So Anthony Davis is making a major impact on both ends of the court. But LeBron James right now has a slight edge for me. If Anthony Davis wants to win that Finals MVP, I'm going to tell you exactly what he has to do. Not only am I going to tell you about that, I'm going to also kind of break down how the Lakers got here and why this is such a special championship based on the season that we've had and the fact they're doing this for Kobe Bean Bryant. Man, let's get into it.
Are you ready?
Welcome back to Journey of a Ballaholic, the best talk show for basketball addicts. I'm your host, General Hannibal X. Now, if you're new on this channel here, you're going to be getting my passionate and in-depth analysis on the hottest NBA and college basketball topics. Listen, I'm a ballaholic, absolutely addicted to basketball. And just like everybody, I have my own opinions. But if you like opinions that are backed by facts, go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, but also be sure to hit that join now button because I got a new exclusive members only section where we're talking about live Q&A sections. We're also doing a new series called Cooking with the General where I'm prepping, cooking, and we're talking all things basketball, the draft, free agency, you name it. So go down below, hit that join button, and sign up now. So by now, I'm sure that you've heard the comparisons between LeBron James as he's going for his 4th NBA championship and how eerily similar it is with Kobe Bryant as he went on his 4th NBA championship run. Remember, in the second round in 2009, when Kobe was going for his 4th ring, he went up against the Houston Rockets. In the Western Conference Finals that year, he played the Denver Nuggets. And in the NBA Finals, the Lakers won 2 games, lost Game 3, won Game 4, and then in Orlando, they closed them out in 5. Now, the significance of this year is that the Lakers also played the Houston Rockets in round 2. They played the Denver Nuggets in the conference finals. They won the first 2 games of the NBA Finals, lost Game 3, won Game 4, and if they win tonight, they would win their 17th championship, but it would be LeBron James' 4th championship, and he would be doing it in Orlando. Listen, the significance and the similarities don't stop there. When it comes to Kobe Bryant, his leadership style, his ability to just take the heart of the defense, take the heart from his opponent, and just annihilate them, That's his style, right? LeBron doesn't necessarily have that killer instinct style, but he still wants to rip the heart out of his opponents. He just does it in a different way. He does it more of in a Magic Johnson style, or more of a Larry Bird style, but nonetheless, it's still ruthless. And that's what the Miami Heat are dealing with. They're dealing with a motivated and a healthy, a motivated and a determined LeBron James to get the job done and to do it tonight. When I heard that the Lakers announced they were going to be switching from Game 7 to Game 5 to wear those Black Mamba jerseys, I knew it was over. Listen, I got the champagne upstairs on ice. The game is, the season, it's over. Tonight is the last game that we will see in the 2020 season. You can go ahead and bring the trophy out. They got a nice new Louis Vuitton case that they're rolling the trophy around in. Listen, we're talking about high-class luxury. Tonight is going down, man. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. Listen, this Lakers team, as we know, they're just overmatched when it comes to the Miami Heat team is just overmatched when it comes to this LA Lakers team. The size, the athleticism, the skill, it's just too much. Now, I thought it was that way prior to the injuries, but when you throw in the injury to Goran Dragic, the games that Bam Adebayo missed, the Miami Heat just don't have enough. And I understand that they want to, they got to come up there, they're going to give it their all. They're not going to just lay over, just roll over and say, here, Lakers, you go ahead and have the championship. They're not going to do that. This is a Pat Riley-led team, Eric Spoelstra-led Jimmy Butler. These guys are going to fight. But they just don't have the manpower. They don't have the firepower to go out there and beat this Lakers team. So tonight I'm expecting a battle to truly be between LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And here's the key, as I said before, LeBron James is leading the MVP race in my opinion. I think if Anthony Davis is going to win it, this is what he has to do. It's very simple. He has to lead this team in scoring and rebounding. But here's the specific stats that he needs to get in order to win the Finals MVP. I don't care what LeBron James does. He can have 20 points, 30 points, a 40-point game. It doesn't matter. Anthony Davis has to outscore LeBron James by 9 or more points. If he does that, he'll be the leading scorer for the Lakers in these finals. Now, LeBron James has never won a Finals MVP when someone else was the leading scorer. So, and very rarely do you see a team or a player get the Finals MVP who's not the leading scorer of his team. Now, it's happened before. We saw that with Andre Iguodala and Steph Curry. So it's happened before. But this is a different situation. We're talking about LeBron James who's putting up triple-double numbers, right? So if Anthony Davis is able to pass LeBron in scoring, he needs 9 more points than LeBron. That's number one. But that's not it. Anthony Davis also has to be the leading rebounder on this team. You can't have LeBron being the leading rebounder on a team when you're the best big man on the team. In order for him to do that, Anthony Davis needs to out-rebound LeBron James by 8 or more rebounds. If he does that, he'll be the leading scorer and the leading rebounder and the leading shot blocker, along with all the field goal percentage, three-point percentage, free throw percentage, and the plus-minus. He will have all of that to boot, and I think that would be the case that Anthony Davis needs to win. So, for instance, here's an example. If LeBron James comes up there and puts up a stat line of 25 points, let's say 10 assists and 7 rebounds, right? That's a good game for LeBron. It's a legitimate possibility. 25, 10, and 7. If Anthony Davis, in my opinion, he would need to come out there with the game where he's giving me like 34 points and maybe 15 rebounds. Something like similar to Game 2, the performance that he had in that game. That's the kind of effort it's going to take from Anthony Davis in order to get that. But that's minute stuff, right? That's the small stuff. Who's going to get the Finals MVP? Because either way, it's going to be a Laker. That I know for sure. And Jimmy Butler, I got to tip my hat to him. He's played amazing basketball. He just he's not good enough by himself, and he doesn't have the team around him to be able to beat this Laker team. Now, one other thing I've got to touch on, because I'm so sick of hearing people, in particular, someone like Skip Bayless, who continuously comes out here and now wants to diminish, and I've heard other people doing it on social media. They now want to diminish this NBA championship to say this is a tarnished championship. This is a championship for LeBron James and for the Lakers that'll have an asterisk beside it just because there is no Clippers here that they had to face. Just because there's no Boston Celtics or Milwaukee Bucks. Listen, I don't want to hear it. I'm going to tell you exactly why this championship is so significant, and that it is, if it does have an asterisk, it's an asterisk for the benefit, not for their detriment. Think about this for a second. The Lakers were the best team in the best conference all season long, pretty much. The Lakers were the number 1 seed, the only team in the West to get 50 wins. The only team. They were the only team in the West, not just the only team, they were the best team of all the NBA players to have the best road record. No team had a better road record than the Lakers. So this was a team that could beat you in Staples Center. This is a team that could take you and go into your home and beat you. But keep this in mind. In this NBA bubble that we've seen, there has been no home court advantage for the Lakers. Right now, the Lakers, if in a normal situation, they would be playing on the road in the Miami Heat's arena, right? American Airlines Arena. They'll be trying to win the championship on the road. But keep in mind, they would have had home games, games 1, game 2, right? These would have been home games in Staples Center. All playoff long, they had no home court advantage. They lost to Portland game 1. They lost to Houston game 1. Those would have been home games. The chances of them losing those games at home are slim. But keep in mind, they can also win on the road because, as I said, they had the best road record all season. So this is a team, man, that actually was hurt by going to the bubble. Remember, go back to the end of the regular season in March. At that time, the Lakers were playing the best basketball of all the teams in the NBA. The Milwaukee Bucks, they were dealing with Giannis and his injury. The Lakers had just beaten them. The LA Clippers, the Lakers had just beaten them, and the Clippers were rolling at that time. And the only team to beat the Clippers when they were fully healthy in the regular season was the Lakers. The Lakers were steamrolling teams. And then the season stopped. And then the Lakers also wound up losing Avery Bradley, their best on-ball defender. So in a situation where the Lakers don't have home court, you don't have Avery Bradley, and you have to deal with the chemistry kind of being broken up, because remember, the Lakers were clicking, and then that breakup, and that, however many months it was off, that messed things up. You saw when they came into the bubble, they just weren't the same team that they were in March. So it took them some games to get their feet wet and to get that chemistry back together. Well, that doesn't happen if the season goes on. So when you pile all those things on, the Lakers have actually been at a detriment because of this whole NBA bubble situation. But they still are standing tall as the best team in the NBA. And it's not even a question. When this team was put together, I said from the jump, when Davis and LeBron got together, as long as they stayed healthy, they were going to win the championship. And that's actually about to come true. Tonight, game 5, we're going to be crowned an NBA champion. And for you, I don't know about you, man, but it's kind of bittersweet for me, because once this championship is over tonight, as a Laker fan, I'm excited. I mean, like I say, it's been 10 years since my team has actually won a championship. And to be here today is going to be exciting. But then when you wake up in the morning, it's going to be the realization is going to set in. We don't have any more basketball for who knows how long, 2 months, 3 months. We don't even know, because the next season hasn't even been scheduled as far as when we're going to start. So it's bittersweet, man. But listen, you got to enjoy it. Enjoy this moment. Kobe Bryant showed that things are not promised, man. Kobe's unfortunate passing showed that you got to live every day in the moment. So the Lakers, I'm sure they're taking that mentality. Every time they leave a huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, Black Mamba, right? 1, 2, 3, Kobe, right? You saw Anthony Davis, he's shooting shots. He's yelling out Kobe at the end of his shots. Like, this team here is truly embodied Kobe Bryant. Dwight Howard's playing the way Kobe Bryant wanted him to play when they were teammates a couple years back, right? Kobe always wanted to have Rajon Rondo on his team. Lakers finally were able to bring him on. So it's just so many different similarities, man. There was a time years ago where Kobe Bryant heard rumors of the Lakers wanted to trade Andrew Bynum to go get Jason Kidd. Well, we never did that trade, right? But at the end of the day, Jason Kidd's on this team as a coach, but he's here. It's just like all the stars are aligning, man. So tonight, my prediction, not only will the Lakers win, I do think, honestly, even though I gave you my prediction of what I think Anthony Davis needs to do to get in Finals MVP, I think LeBron's going to come out and just take it, man. I think LeBron's going to be the Finals MVP, and I'm predicting the Lakers to win, but to win by 8 points in honor of Kobe Bryant. So I don't know what you think, man. Let me know in the comment section below. Is this it? Is this it? Does the Miami Heat, do they have one more in them? Can they scrounge up another historic game from Jimmy Butler or Bam Adebayo or somebody to extend this one more game? I doubt it, but what do you think, man? Or is this it? Are the Lakers going ahead and finally take this thing home and put that gold trophy back in Staples Center, hang another banner, and look at the Boston Celtics like, we're here. Now we're tied 17-17. The Lakers are the only team in NBA history to go to the finals every single decade. The 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, even in the 90s they went to the finals once, right? 2000s, 2010, and 2020. They win the championship tonight. The last 3 decades, we'll say 2020, 2010, and 2000, the Lakers have won a championship at the beginning of every decade. Man, listen, you can't ask for better similarities and just commonalities between this team and those past Kobe Bryant-led Laker teams. So listen, I appreciate you for taking a look at this video. Until next time, make sure y'all stay safe in the streets. If you haven't subscribed, click the logo right here. If you want to see another one of the videos that I've done before, click the box right here. Make sure you stay safe. And remember, we still demand justice for Breonna Taylor and Jacob Blake. Peace.